Yep.
Hello and welcome to Quays News. I'm Hannah Vaness.
And I'm Holly Angus. Here's what's coming up on the programme today.
The latest from HS2. Will the leg to Manchester be scrapped? We'll hear from Labour councillor Mike McCusker.
The latest junior doctor strike is taking place in St Peter's Square.
And we find out how Seedley Pavilion is helping the community in a variety of ways.
This is a way of linking all these projects that all run from the Seedley Pavilion.
First, there is still speculation about whether HS2's Manchester leg will be scrapped, with Rishi Sunak saying he doesn't want to rush into a premature decision. Sophie Lyon now joins us. Any further developments today?
Well, Holly, I spoke to Councillor Mike McCusker, who is the lead member for Planning and Transport and Sustainable Development, and it's safe to say he does not support the potential scrapping of HS2.
Yeah. So, do you think that scrapping
Thanks.
HS2 is neglecting and isolating the North then?
I just think it's a further demonstration that this proposed levelling up that the Conservatives have been talking about for a few years is just a sham, really. I think it would be a mistake, not just for the Conservative Party, but it'd be a terrible mistake for the north of England.
And do you think scrapping the northern leg of HS2 will make Rishi Sunak and the rest of the Conservative Party completely unelectable in the north of England after this?
I truly believe they are completely unelectable now. I think it will damage the Conservative Party for years to come, but they seem intent on doing that to themselves anyway. They're turning into a fringe conspiracy theory promoting pressure group rather than a government. Government needs to take difficult decisions, as Rishi always says. This is an expensive project, but this is a once in 100 years opportunity, and he needs to have the strength to stick to the guns and build the northern leg.
Thanks very much. That was Sophie Lyon speaking to Mike McCusker, a Labour councillor for Salford.
With junior doctors and consultants striking across England for 72 hours, Christmas levels of disruptions and staff absences are expected.
Our reporter Katie Heath was in Manchester city centre.
I'm in St Peter's Square, where the doctor strikes began at 8 AM yesterday and will finish at the same time tomorrow. The 72-hour disruption is ongoing in order to achieve pay restoration and for better working conditions amid the cost of living crisis. Junior doctors have been after a 35% increase in pay to make up for what they say are years below inflation wage rises. This is the 8th time they have striked since March, and the previous round of industrial action by consultants and junior doctors in September saw over 120,000 hospital appointments disturbed and around 8,000 to 26,000 staff off per day.
Thank you!
Now, we all dread moving house or moving to a different part of the country as we fear leaving our friends and family. Well, imagine moving to a totally new country at first without your family. For Abu, that is exactly what happened.
Luckily for Abu, there was a welcoming community at Buell Hill Park where he was able to discover new friends and a new sport. Our reporter Callum Ewing went to Seedley Pavilion to see how growing togetherness is helping the community turn over a new leaf.
In the heart of Salford, between the urban jungle of houses, lies Seedley Pavilion, and where the very special community of Growing Togetherness lives.
Growing Togetherness is a way of linking all these projects that all run from the Seedley Pavilion. So we've got the incredible edible Salford allotment beds, we've got the Junior Park Run, Salford Junior Park Run, Salford Croquet Group, and also we've got the Friends of Buell Hill Park. And some of our volunteers have lived in the area quite some time, and they hadn't met many of the local communities, or they hadn't been able to talk and engage with people that they'd seen in the streets.
The Croquet Club meets every Thursday and Saturday, with all ages welcome. Abu, who has moved from Nigeria to Salford to study a PhD in cybersecurity, is one of the members hoping to have a student croquet team in the future. Abu has been coming to the club non-stop for 10 months now, but do they play croquet back in his home country of Nigeria?
I've never seen croquet in my life. No, no, at all. When I saw it here, they told me I should give it a try. I was asking them, what is this? For me, I don't even know how to pronounce the name then, because croquet, I've never even heard of it, I think. Then I give it a try. Then the set of the croquet, I feel like it's for me. The community was so welcoming and so open for me, because when I started coming here, my family wasn't here with me then. So I was the kind of being alone and lonely, So coming here, meeting people, it makes me to even enjoy what I'm doing.
The allotments are part of the incredible edible network, which aims to bring together the community by helping people grow food for themselves and for others. Food grown in the allotments include apples, berries, courgettes, while there is also an abundance of flowers. After securing more funding, a greenhouse was completed in March this year, which has allowed even more foods and plants to be grown.
Lily plants as well. varying different temperatures. So to ripen, these are the Scotch bonnet, which will be the hottest ones we've grown this year.
It's clear to see why this little area of Buell Hill Park is having such a big impact on the local community. From the croquet to the gardens, there is a range of activities for all ages, and with a bright future ahead planned, let's hope the plants aren't the only things that continue to grow. Callum Ewing, Seedley Pavilion, Quays News.
More successful news for Salford University's fashion department after their second collaboration with Harvey Nichols launched last week. Their collection Made in Salford can now be found in store, and I went down for a browse. The University of Salford's fashion department have a new collection made in Salford in Harvey Nichols on New Cathedral Street in Manchester. This is the second time that they have partnered up together after a huge success with the first collection in 2021. With over 300 garments from both undergraduate and master's students from over 50 designers, this collab gives students the chance to sell and showcase their work in a luxury retailer store in the heart of Manchester.
With a collaboration such as this, it benefits the students in, I mean, if you want to just get to the point of it, they can make some money, they can also make some great industry links, but also this process really sort of brings another professional level to their outputs as students. It allows them actually to really think and consider pricing. Is my collection suitable for a store such as this? So when we're looking at their collections, we edit quite a lot actually to find not only the best made pieces but actually pieces that are best suited to that store.
The Made in Salford collection is promoting sustainability as the clothes are being sold only 2 miles away from where they are made, and the profit will go directly to students and the University of Salford.
I think from Harvey Nichols' point of view, they were looking to engage with a slightly younger client and perhaps a different market that they don't possibly touch on normally. And yeah, it's grown from there. I think the first time we did it, I think we retailed about 150 pieces. This year it's 350, so it's grown exponentially.
With the UOS collection amongst high-end brands such as Canada Goose and Montclair, this gives students a great head start in the industry. Holly Angus, reporting for Quays.
Manchester has a tradition of theatre, but now it's been brought to the streets of Walkden as it hosted the Sunday Showcase last weekend. Scarlett Mullender was there.
With the Lowry Theatre in Salford, you might have even seen some of their performances, but you've never quite seen them like this. On Sunday, the Lowry Theatre headed to Walkden on behalf of the Lowry Show Selectors to host their first ever Salford Sunday Showcase. Audiences got to see immersive performances from the Handmade Theatre Company and engage in arts and crafts completely free of charge in a bid to bring more people to the theatre. It was the event's host, Nana Funk, who truly stole the show though.
It's an amazing event. It's been programmed by local people for local people, just to show that arts, if you look around, we're in a shopping centre, arts for everyone. So I will be here on the microphone, just making sure that everyone's all right, making sure everyone's having fun, and I might sing a little song, might do a few exercises to get everyone involved with too, but who knows, who knows.
With the cost of living crisis growing, going to the theatre can often seem like something that's inaccessible for a lot of the population. No one knows this better than Lowry event coordinator Sarah Whitehead.
It's always been a big issue, I think, that people think that the theatre is an elite place and that an elite activity for people who can afford it and who are rich. And it's not, it is for everyone, and everybody can engage with it, and everybody can be an artist and be a performer and a creator, and it's just that sometimes we lose that side of ourselves and we don't have that confidence. So for me, being able to bring the arts out into community to where people are in their own lives, making that really easy for them to engage with so that they can have that experience and realise actually this is something I enjoy, this is something I would like to know more about, I think is really important.
Hopefully in the future we'll be seeing more events like this across Salford to bring the city into the world of performing arts. Scarlett Mullinder, Quays News.
And on to sport now. Manchester United take on Turkish champions Galatasaray in the Champions League tonight at Old Trafford. Our sports reporter James Young is in the studio. Another defeat to Crystal Palace on Saturday. How important is this next game to the manager?
Oh, it's really important for United. I mean, they lost on the weekend to Palace, like you said, 1-0. It was probably one of the worst games that I can remember since Alex Ferguson retired in 2013. A lot of fans are deeply unhappy with how things are at the minute, with the owners, the situation with the takeover that's dragged on. And this would be normally a run-of-the-mill game for United. Galatasaray are the Turkish champions. They've got a few good players, the likes of Wilfried Zaha, who you'll know used to play for Manchester United and Crystal Palace, funnily enough, and other players as well, like Mauro Icardi and Dries Mertens. They have a good team, but United should definitely see themselves off against them. They're a much better football club, but they've got this thing at the minute of as soon as they go behind in football matches, that's kind of their problem. They just can't seem to get themselves back into it. Same thing happened, they lost at Brighton again a few weeks before at Old Trafford. I mean, this was a side that only lost one home game in the league last season. They've lost 2 already this season, so they've got off to a really, really poor start. So they definitely need a win today, because as soon as they start losing a couple of games here and there, the pressure's just going to start mounting on Erik ten Hag, their manager, and they just need to push forward and just try and get a result and move on from a pretty poor start to the season, if I'm being honest.
And Salford City take on Sutton United today in League 2. They've not had a great start to the season, have they?
No, I mean, they got to the playoff semi-final last season in League 2. They were pretty close to getting promoted, but lost to Stockport, and they only won last weekend against Newport. That was the first game in 6 that they'd actually won a game, and they're towards the bottom end of Sky Bet League 2. They're 20th in the table. They're not really having a good season so far. They've gone through a lot of managers, so they definitely need a win to continue going forward in the Football League this season, because again, they've been slacking like United. Their fans haven't been impressed with how things are, so it's a difficult one because they've got a lot of money behind them. They've got Peter Lim, who's one of the richest men in the world, that owns them, so they need a win, and their fans want to get promoted out of that league, so they've been in there for a long time now.
Thank you, James.
And that's all we've got time for today.
Thanks for tuning in to Quays News. Goodbye.